all checked in, so.
All right.
yeah.
All right, let's begin. Let's call to order the meeting of the Improvement and Services Committee for September 11th, 2024.
Recording in progress.
There you go. It's
All right.
working.
Call to order.
Maybe you need to start over.
Yes. Hereby call to order the meeting of the Improvement and Services Committee for September 11th, 2024. Let's begin with a roll call. Alder Eck,
Here.
Alder DeLee. Here. Alder Presley is here, and Alder Weary is absent. Let's move on to approval of the agenda.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Alder DeLee, seconded by Alder Eck. On to approval of the minutes.
All in favor?
Oh, sorry, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, that is approved. Now on to approval of the minutes.
I motion to approve.
All right, motion by Alder Eck,
Second.
second by Alder DeLee. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, that is approved. Now on to regular business. First, consideration with possible action on request by Stru's Pharmacy to enter into a rental agreement for 24 parking stalls in Lot MM located on the southeast corner of Monroe Avenue and Main Street.
Yeah, this is a parking lot we developed almost 2 handfuls of years ago. I can say it's about 8 years old. And Stru's Pharmacy used to rent from Cameron Corner, but Cameron Corner needed their space back, so then they just moved from parking to the north of their building and asked if they could rent the parking division lot to the south of the building across the street by Green Bay Welding, underneath the big billboard there.
Okay.
And since the lot was completely vacant and not making revenue, we said, yeah, come on in. So they actually started occupying it August 16th, but they're asking, can we enter into a rental agreement for long-term? Yes, we would love to have that.
Okay. Any questions on that?
Motion to approve.
A second.
Motion by Alder Eck, second by Alder DeLee. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, that passes.
Revenue's good.
Yeah, we like
Yeah.
revenue. All right. Second, consideration with possible action on request by Brown County to renew the annual cooperative recycling agreement with Brown County for 2025.
This is an agreement that we've maintained for decades with the county. Obviously, we collect curbside, but we got to bring it somewhere, so we bring the solid waste to the transfer station on West Mason and the recyclables to the transfer station on South Broadway. For 25, the only thing that changed is it's a short addendum that changes the date and extends it another year. No other terms have changed. And both parties are happy to continue our good relationship we've enjoyed for a long time, so we're asking to renew.
Questions, discussion? Alder Eck?
Is there a way to like make it a 3-year contract or 2-year or something instead of every year? Would there be an advantage to it?
Possibly, but typically the request for renewal starts from the county and is based on their concerns about changing, say, things in the industry. Like the recycling industry is a finicky thing. Some years we're paying to get rid of our recycling. Of course, we pay a lot less for tipping recycling than we do for landfilling trash and garbage. Right now, we're enjoying, I think it's about $20 to $25 per ton we're getting for revenue for recycling, which I would love to see that all the time, but it's with where the recyclables go and the markets for those, it's up and down. Right now, it's in the good side. That's the primary reason why the county just asks for 1 year at a time. We can, of course, speak with them and discuss those extensions. As far as I'm concerned, I'm happy to be here and come back every year and just make sure that the paperwork and the continued relationship happens. But if we can talk to them about extending it for longer periods of time.
And the payment that we get, is it for specific type of recyclable or just in general everything? Because I know it's mixed.
Right, it's mixed, so what they do is they do their math and you know, I don't know what it is, but you know, obviously I'm guessing aluminums and type 1 and 2 plastics are your highest recyclable, and cardboard and paper, reuse materials, readily recycled and reused. Those take a lot a lot better revenue. But then the other stuff, and of course, there's little bits of waste that, small percentage of waste that they have to throw out. It's like, well, this isn't recyclable, that they have to compensate for. So they do their math and it work out a respectable, what you want to call it, average. So, but like I said, we're over $20 a ton that we're getting for revenue right now, at least the last couple of months. So the markets are good. Fingers crossed in the next year as well.
Nice.
All right. Any other questions, further discussion? All right, do we have a motion?
Motion to approve?
Motion
Second.
approved by Alder Eck, second by Alder DeLee. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, that passes. Next, consideration with possible action on recommended text edits to city ordinance chapters 40 through 54 and 40 through 55 related to parking citation issuance and parking division's reporting body.
Yeah, these are two, basically, they're real short, as you see in your packet, I'm sure you probably looked at them. There's two short paragraphs, sections in the ordinance that I have to say I apologize for. I've been serving as our city's parking manager for 34 years now, since 1990. And in 1998, we changed the parking utility to a parking division. It's still an enterprise fund, but the way it's run, if you will, or led, is different. Up until 1998, the parking utility did not report to the council. However, section 40-54 says that it still does. Obviously, that's not correct. So for 20, almost 30 years, it's been wrong. So that 40-54 just changes it. I apologize. 40-55 just changes it. That says that the city's Public Works Commission, which is this body right here, of course, our Improvements and Services Committee, is the body to which Parking Division reports, not the Parking Utility Commission, which has been defunct and gone since 1998. That's the bottom line of all the text changes in 40-55. 40-54 just clarifies what's actually been done since probably 1980. Prior to 1980, parking utility officers, the enforcement officers, actually were police employees, and then they were, I don't know what you want, transferred over under parking utility, the parking enforcement people. And the ordinance back then just said that they were the only people who were allowed to write parking citations. Well, since then, since before I've been with the city, it's been always more than that. Police officers always have been able to write parking citations. That's just by their powers vested to them by the state and the federal governments, the way those are put together. But parking maintenance people have always been able to write parking citations. They don't write many, but they are. In parking management, including myself, I personally have never written a parking citation, but the field maintenance people do. And so that's the only change in 40-54 to clarify that not only do parking enforcement officers write citations, but police officers, the maintenance technicians, and parking division management. Just to clarify, it's just bringing it up to the 21st century, the proper text. That's the bottom line of the requested changes in these two ordinance sections. It's been vetted through legal department. All the text changes are from legal department. This is what they recommend the text changes be. It's not just from staff.
Better late than never.
Right.
Alder Eck.
Thank you. I was, because it says parking enforcement attendants.
Right.
So
They
it's
use
like that's what it used to be called. Huh?
Yeah. Historically, when I started with the city, they were called meter maids. Don't ever call them that anymore. Then they were parking enforcement attendants. And I can say a handful of years ago, maybe a little longer, the official title was changed to PEO, Parking Enforcement Officer.
I hear
Same
people
thing,
say
only
meter
different.
maid. I mean, I think it's just because it's a common
A little more
term.
authoritative sounding. I don't know.
Yeah. All right.
Any other questions?
Motion to approve?
Motion
Second.
by Alder Eck, seconded by Alder DeLee. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, and that passes. All right, on to 4. Consideration with possible action on request by Department of Public Works to purchase 2 robotic total station survey kits from Sealer Geospatial in the amount of $82,560.90. The purchase includes a full day of training.
Okay, this one is me. Basically, with the city, we normally run 10 to 15 years behind on the technology for like survey equipment and things like that. So all of our old stuff is old theodolites, it's all just manually run stuff. This will allow us to cut down on the number of staff on the survey teams if we want to. So we're basically bringing ourselves again up to current standards with this. This had been budgeted. You guys had approved this last year in our CIP. And we're finally getting to the point of purchasing it due to the fact that when it comes in, we'll have time to do the training and it won't interrupt with the construction and trying to get projects completed. So, I mean, again, this has been budgeted and it was approved once already with the CIP and we're just now making the purchase.
All right. Questions on that? Seems straightforward.
Motion to approve?
All right, motion by Alder Eck to approve.
Second.
Second by Alder DeLee. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, and that passes. All right, on to 5, consideration with possible action on request by Department of Public Works to enter into a state/municipal finance agreement with Wisconsin Department of Transportation to replace 58 traffic signal controllers on connecting highways throughout the city.
Okay, with this one, there happened to be a program that came up with the DOT where we were allowed to get a grant to help us replace 58 traffic signal controllers throughout the city. And with this one was too good to pass up because it was at a 90-10 cost share. So essentially, we're getting roughly 1.2 million from the project cost is roughly 1.2, and we're getting about 900,000 from the state, and our city portion is 125,000 for the project. But what it's doing is, again, with technology, this is solid state stuff. It's kind of like little computers that sit and control the signals. And there is a newer version of what we have out there today. And this is to update everything to be current in the industry. And for the cost, we can't complain about this. Because normally for us to do an intersection on our own to complete the whole signal, it's about 300 grand. So this is a really great project for us. And so it's just a matter of what we're asking for tonight is a approval and to give the director authorization to sign the SMA. Anything to add?
No, just if you do the math. And what this is, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is just for the computer.
Just the controller.
Just the brain box that goes
Yep.
inside the big cabinet that runs the whole signal system
Yep.
at each intersection, which is a very specified, glorified computer. It looks like a PC, but a little bit different, that you'd have at your house. And it's only for traffic signals. You can't surf the internet on it or anything. It's very specific. They run up to about $3,000 a piece, so do the math, times 58, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
And we just don't want to pass up this opportunity. We've had, a dying technology, if you will, that would, Eagle traffic signals, what we had specified for many, many decades. And they sold out again, and now the company that owns them now is a big electrical company, Siemens Corporation. But they're really kind of trying to get out of traffic signals, which, and if they did, then you totally obsolete a city our size with obsolete traffic signals. So we need to keep moving forward. And we're trying to get into an Economite Corporation, which is really big. It's like cutting edge traffic signal stuff. So that's where we're trying to go right now, just keep ourselves alive. And like Jim said, this is just an opportunity that's really great. 90-10 cost split, where 90% is paid by someone else, the state, well, they pay all of us as taxpayers. But it's just a great deal.
All right. Alder DeLee?
What percentage of those intersections will that cover throughout the city?
There's 115 signals, I think, in the in the city.
Yeah.
So this is a little over half.
And the state program will only cover those that are located on a
Connecting
connecting
highway.
highway. So,
Yep.
for example, I can think of one just right off the top of my head. Dousman Street at North Oneida Street is not on a connecting highway. That's a residential or a local intersection. We couldn't replace that controller under this program, but along
Shawano Ave.
Mason Street, along
Shawano Avenue is
along
considered,
Webster,
Mason.
Mason,
Yeah,
University,
University,
all
yeah.
the big corridors.
Cool.
That's awesome. Right.
And
Alder?
Thank you. More of a
Sorry.
comment, like, this is kind of like going from a flip phone to a smartphone, right? Eventually, the flip phones
Yes.
are no longer going to be able to
Right.
be used,
That's
correct?
a good
Absolutely.
analogy. Yeah.
So a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion to approve by Alder Eck, second by Alder Delete. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, and that passes. All right, number 6, report the non-award of contract Traffic 1-24 Rectangular Rapid Flashing Beacon, RRFB, base installation.
This has been a project that we've been trying to get bid. This is the second attempt at bidding it. First time, if you remember, we bid it, the numbers came in at about 2 to 3 times higher than what we anticipated, so we didn't award it. So we changed the contract a little bit. We pulled out some of the pavement repair, thinking that, because that's what we heard from the contractors, that they didn't want to have to deal with. Well, when we bid it, we didn't get any bids again. So we got 0 bids. So in talking to one of the contractors, we found a way where we may be able to add it on to a current contract and then still get the work done. So that's the avenue that we're going down right now. But this officially, since we bid it, we have to bring the non-award through committee to basically close the book on the bidding the contract.
Alder Eck?
It says flashing beacons, is that for all those crosswalks that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
So, motion to receive and place on file.
We have a motion to receive and place on file by Alder.
Second.
Seconded by Alder Delete. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, all right, that is received and placed on file. All right, 7, consideration with possible action on request by Car Green Bay LLC Carnivore for an easement to place a berm in the city of Green Bay right-of-way of vacated Finger Road / Vital Place east of their existing driveway.
Okay, this one is, I'm not sure if you guys had a chance to review the packet. Where the carnivore plant is, Finger Road originally had like a cul-de-sac. And then off of that cul-de-sac bulb, the driveway for the carnivore parking lot comes off of that. Well, as you're driving down the street, so many people just, for whatever reason, with the sight patterns and stuff like that, they just keep driving straight even though the road ends. So this is so carnivore, to be able to prevent that, not have to deal with, taking cars out of the ditch and things like that, is they want to put a berm up so that there's a visual that the road ends here. So, but it's just that berm will end up being in public right of way, so we need to do the agreement. So it's DPW in favor of this.
I was looking for a better map. At the very end, there's like this little bit, but it's hard, so I'm trying to I'm a visual
Yep.
person. But
Any questions on that? So have there been accidents with?
Yes.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah, like single car runoff road.
Right,
Yep. Yep.
all right. Anything?
Motion to approve.
Oh,
All right, motion to approve by Alder Delete.
Second.
Second by Alder Eck. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, and that passes. All right, on to 8, report of actions taken by the Department of Public Works, granting of licenses, sidewalk builder, precision flat work.
And again, this is procedural, they've had a license before, so. Good work.
Motion to receive and place on file.
Second.
By Alder Eck, seconded by Alder Delete. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, and that's received and placed on file. All right, on to informational director's report on recent activities of the Public Works Department.
And there is no director's report tonight.
That makes sense.
So we don't have to receive that, do we?
No.
Replace the file, okay.
We receive nothing.
No seat, so.
We place it nowhere. Okay, the next Improvement and Services Committee meeting is scheduled for September 25th, 2024. Everything that advanced from this committee will go to the full council on 17th, Tuesday the 17th, September 2024. All right.
Motion to adjourn?
Second.
Motion to adjourn by Alder Delis, second by Alder Eck. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. We are adjourned. Thank
And
you.
it is September 11th, and,
Yes.
23 years ago?
Yeah, 23 years already.
23 years.